This whole area is pretty warm. Now,
how about that?
you know, if we were to stick this thermometer in right here, it wouldn't read quite as hot, quite as fast. What we have is a little steam vent that's starting to come up through the soil here.
It's going to the end of it.
Before we know it, if there's enough surface water available, or water just under the surface, it breaks into what we call frying pans, like this, or little bubbling springs. Now some of these are bubbling because they're at boiling temperature. Some of them are boiling, or appear to boil, but are not at the temperature where they can boil. Why do they bubble, like these over here? It's just like taking the top off of a pop bottle. It's going to fizz when the pressure is released. This comes to the surface, the pressure is released, and it fizzes. Carbonated springs. But what's interesting is that some places will start like this and eventually fall through. And we'll look at one of those over by Echinus geyser. And some of them will just stay like this for a long, long time. The difference is usually acidity. We do a whole lot. We're seeing it do a lot more active bubbling, and this is the most overflow I've seen in months. So who knows what that means? It might just be an influx of water. It could erupt. It has erupted before.
An eruption being like a 20 or 30 foot.
Well, I'm not sure what Monarch used to do, but I guess in the, I believe it was the 40s and 50s for Monarch, the road came right by here, and supposedly it was a crowd pleaser. I don't know how tall it went. But a lot of our signs you'll see geyser crater, which generally indicates that it's no longer an active geyser. Here at Norris, because the water is so acidic, it tends to eat away the rock that holds the eruption. And so they tend to blow themselves out, or as our geologist Rick Hutchinson says, they blow their guts out. Creek. And being this close to the geyser basin, we were all a little concerned about what we were breathing besides heavy smoke. But it apparently was no problem.
Oh, you have in the canal.
It doesn't have that constriction underground, so you don't build up the pressure. Perpetual spouters are the same as geysers, but they never run out of heat or water.
What was the, I'm sorry, you mentioned another
Steam vents. Steam vents lack water,
You hear the hissing.
so you get just steam, and it's a very hissing sound. This one always has water and it always has steam. Dedicated geyser gazers tell us that what we're seeing is a lot of fairly tall minor eruptions of both vents, which is generally considered to be a good indicator that steamboat will erupt once again fairly soon. So we can hope, but that's about the only indication we can get. But in the adjacent system is cistern. In other words, it has drained cistern.